y'all, it's Key Divine coming back with another quick message for you. I thought I was gonna make this yesterday, but I got a little tired, but I feel like I can talk about it now. So I want to talk about the art of detachment, non-reaction, and playing dumb, and how that powerful combination of actions can really set you apart from having unnecessary incidences in your life with manipulative people. Go watch my video that I posted yesterday about manipulators and love bombing. So detaching, non-reactivity, and playing dumb. So, hold on. So, if you encompass all of that together, you become a very dangerous person, right? So, why all these are important? Detachment first. Let's talk about detaching. Detaching from situations helps you to stop having expectations from people. And because people, go watch my video about let people reveal themselves. When you detach from situations and you just allow people to be who they are, you end up not hurting your own feelings in the end. Because I think oftentimes we have when we get excited about having people in our lives, and we want things to work out, and especially in like relationships and things of that nature, I think that we just get excited and we want people to be there for us the way that we want to be there for them. And a lot of times that's just not the case. A lot of people really aren't like you, and they really don't feel the same way that you feel. And it's okay. It's just, don't get ahead of yourself thinking like, oh, well, why does this person not care about me or like me or blah, 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 blah. Like, it doesn't really matter why they don't really like you. A lot of people don't like you. They just want to exploit things from you. And you have to just be okay with knowing that eventually you will be okay. And you don't need those type of people around you anyways. So detaching from those expectations from people is going to make it 10 times easier to be able to navigate these relationships. Now let's talk about non-reactivity. Not reacting to people's nonsense. That makes a lot of people mad. It's one of my favorite pastimes. So a lot of times, if you go watch my video about manipulators and love bombing, a lot of times, like after the love bomb comes the devaluing. And I've made a couple videos talking about how people will be very overly critical of you. They will they will talk down on you. They'll try to make you feel like you are doing something wrong, or they'll just start being really weird, like just oddly critical towards you and the things that you got going on, right? So how do we combat this? By becoming non-reactive. When you see it, because that's really, you got to remove those triggers from you. Because if someone is being disrespectful to you, I mean, it's perfectly normal to get upset. Okay, it's perfectly normal to feel some type of way about someone being disrespectful towards you. That's normal. However, when you react to it and you snap back at them or you lash out at them, that's where we begin to have a little bit of a problem. Okay? This is where we start seeing an issue. And this is something that you're going to have to work with and work on with yourself, because you have to understand if it's triggering you like that, it's something that's still within you. If you're used to being made fun of because of your looks, or, you know, if you have like let's say you have like a speech impediment or something like that. And if you're still reacting to, you know, people making fun of you, it's something that needs to be addressed within you. It's something that needs to heal. This is a pretty apple tree. Very, very pretty. It's something that you need to heal within you. And a lot of times I feel like a lot of the things that we need to heal within us are things that we just need to accept. Because once you accept it about yourself and you love yourself through it, there's really nothing that anybody can say to you that's going to change your mind about how you feel about you. And you're just, because like I'll use myself as an example. I used to cry a lot as a kid. But it's just one of the ways that I release, you know. Not to mention I grew up just very scared all the time, and that's a different story for a different day. I was abused as a child, so, you know, I just naturally had anxiety all the time, and it messed with my nervous system very badly. So I cried a lot. And my family, even to this day, well, at least from before I separated from them, I'm sure they still talk about it. They would laugh at me and make fun of me and say, "Oh, here she goes crying," or they made it seem as if me crying was like some moral defect or something, like something was wrong with me, or like that I just wasn't strong enough because, oh, well, she just cries all the time. But like I said, crying was my way of release. So they made it seem like it was a bad thing. And so I always felt really bad about not being able to really control myself from crying until I got older. And then I realized, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Because now that I still cry as much as I need to, I let things go. I'm well better able to let things go now. You know, I can cry about something and then it's like, okay, I feel better now. And then I can let it go. And, you know, when I started healing from that and I started detaching from it, they started getting, like, they could tell that it didn't bother me that they made fun of me, especially like when I was pregnant. You know, when I was pregnant, I definitely was very, very emotional. Very emotional. And that's just sometimes what happens when you get pregnant, you know. But they were like, "Oh, here she goes crying," and blah 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 blah, and I was like, "Yep, sure am." And it would start getting quiet. Like, they were like, "Oh." They were really upset that I really started to heal and that I really started to accept myself. Like, it really, when you become non-reactive to people trying to hurt you, it messes with their whole agenda. It ruins everything that they worked so hard to do. They've been working so tirelessly to make you upset, and now they don't have any leverage. And this is where we get down to playing dumb. So now that we've noticed all of these things, so we've detached from the situation, we've learned to become non-reactive, now you just got to play dumb. Because really what's about to happen after that is they're going to start upping the ante on you. They're going to try to find different ways to upset you. And I'll use my family again as an example. My family, like, last year, I don't know what exactly their goal was, but it was definitely to get me upset. But like, my sister, she came and babysat my daughter for me one day, like I think it was Memorial Day or something like that. And when she was at my house, she like threw my stuff all over the place. Yeah, she threw my stuff, like she threw like towels and stuff all over my laundry room, and I was just like, the heck is this? And then like a few weeks later, or like as time kind of went on, like I didn't hear from her. Like I think that was probably the last time I physically saw her. I had brought my daughter to or maybe it was like Martin, I don't really remember. It had to be early on in the year then, because it wasn't until like the summertime, like we started getting towards the summer, and she stopped coming around. Like I went up to my mom's house with my baby to visit her, and my sister didn't show up. She didn't come, and she kept claiming that she had all this stuff to do. Oh well, I'm working at the church, and oh well, I have this and that to do. And I'm like, all of that's more important than being with your niece and your sister? Okay, if that's what you say. So I tried to just let it go. But then I realized, like, later on, because then when Mother's Day last year came around, and it was the same thing. Oh, well, she's working at the church, and she got some stuff she got to do. And I'm like, it's Mother's Day, and she's choosing the church over her own mama, who came down to see me, who came down to my house, at the time. And later on when I disconnected from my mom, which happened like a few weeks after that, they got so mad at me. I mentioned that to my mom. I was like, she's not, all this is too important. Like, I guess it's more important to her. All this other stuff is more important than her coming and seeing her sister and her niece. Like, she ain't got to tell me to my face that she's not interested in having a relationship with me, because people who want to have relationships with you are going to tell you, and they're going to show up and they're going to be there. And then like a week or so after that, my sister unfriended me on Facebook and then tried to send me a request again. Like, she unfriended me and then tried to refriend me, and I literally looked at it and I was like, I deleted the request and I said, stand on that decision that you made. And see, that's the other thing too. 12:22 on my timer. A lot of these people, these manipulative people, they want you to take accountability and responsibility for how they feel, and they don't want to take accountability for what they've done. So they want you to take all of that on and just play dumb. Like, you don't got to say nothing. Don't go on social media talking about the situation. Don't go on social media talking negatively about these people. Let them stew in that, because you got to understand one thing. More than likely, these people have already gotten ahead of you and started talking negatively about you to anyone who will listen. That smear campaign is already in full effect. Okay? So, now that they've done their little tactics or whatever, because it's like they can say, oh well, I unfriended her on Facebook or whatever. Well, I tried to refriend her, but she didn't. Well, then they probably will blame it on you and say that you unfriended them. But who cares at that point? It doesn't really matter. Because I deleted all my family off my social media at the time, and I'm not even on any of those pages anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But they've already gotten ahead of you. You've been telling people negative things about you, saying that you're a terrible person, saying that you ain't shit, saying that that you're just terrible, and it's a waste of your time trying to convince these people to treat you better. So play dumb. Just act like you don't see the stuff that they doing, and start quietly removing yourself from them. I know I've been talking a lot about the lady that I met last week, but that's because that experience was just so overwhelming for me, because I was just like, dang. I was like, that happened really fast, because this is probably the first time in my life where I've actually been able to catch on to things a lot more quicker, and I was really proud of myself. But I was just, like I said with her, I just saw her doing little stuff. I saw her doing really small things towards me that just were disrespectful, like inviting me into a conversation and then physically pushing me out with her body. I I had a bottle of water. She had dropped her keys in her storage unit. I was helping her take some stuff in there, and she asked me to go get something on her car. When I came back, she had drank the rest of my water bottle. Just little stuff like that. Just trying to find a way to upset me, trying to find a way to make me into public enemy number one. Like, you know, oh, it's a kitty. Oh, it's so sweet. Sorry, it's a cute cat in the window. But just to make me out to be something that I'm not, so that they could justify their feelings, you know. And that's why I'm saying you got to play dumb. Act like you don't see the stuff that these people are doing. Because the goal that their goal is to make you upset, so that you lash out, so that you know, have some outburst, so then they can turn it all on you and say, see, I told you this person was crazy. I told you this person is mentally unstable. I told you. Like, that's these people's goal. And it's really not worth it. It's really not worth giving these people what they want. Especially when you already know what it is that they're trying to do, what their goal is. Once you understand the game, you just got to let people, they're going to fall. Thank you, Spirit. They're going to fall in the pit that they dug for you. Okay? Because, and you may be in the pit right now, but I promise you, they're going to be in the pit very soon. Because all of the things that they said and they did towards you, like all the things they said about you and all the things that they did towards you, are coming to light now, because you decided not to be reactive to the things that they were doing. They don't have a reason now. They don't have anything to go off of. They've been trying to convince people that you are the problem, and now they don't have anything at all. They have nothing on you. Zero evidence that you're the problem. So now what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? The only choice they have at this point, they can keep trying to do the same things that they've been doing. Like I said before, they can keep trying to do the same things that they've been doing, but it's not going to do them any good. They're just digging themselves into the deeper hole of despair, if we're being honest. They're just digging themselves into a deeper hole. They're not going to be able to come out of that if they keep messing with you. Plus, karma doesn't miss an address. You can't keep trying to attack somebody simply because you don't like them, so that they can react, so that you can prove a point to all of these people that you done talked about them to. Oh, well, I think that person's fake, and I don't think that they're really like that, and I'm going to prove it. And then they ended up just proving that they're the ones with the mental instability. You know, so when you play dumb, it really makes your enemies confused, because, like I said, they don't know what to do after that. They don't have anything to go off of. They have nothing to go off of, and they don't know what to. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do, and now they know that they look dumb. And the last thing they wanted to do was look stupid in front of their friends. And I'm telling y'all right now, there's whole communities turning on people right now because of the things that they have done towards you and to you. They weren't expecting that. So keep playing dumb with them. Keep acting like you don't see what. Peep it always. Know exactly what's going on. But pretend like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know. Oh, I guess I do make a lot of mistakes. Oh, I guess I must have left that over there. I had to do that with a couple people who tried to mess with me when it came down to like some appointments in that community I had to leave. And they're like, oh no, it was actually last Friday. And I was like, oh no, shoot, I must have written it down wrong. And then the people didn't know what to do. I had some other people, I'm not sure who it was per se, tried to, I had, in the beginning of all of this, when I first started having to be out here, I had made a recording saying like I needed medical attention, because I did. At the time, it was a lot medically that I needed to look at. And which I still do, but I think I've been able to combat it a little bit lately. And I don't know who these crazy people are, but they had some medical facility call me talking about and I said, I didn't call you. And they're like, oh, well, I'm not sure how your number got here then. I'm like, y'all know exactly what y'all was doing, like listening to my conversation, well, listening to my voice note that I was making. Y'all knew exactly what y'all was doing, thinking that I was gonna be like, oh, must be a sign from God that I'm getting the help that I need. No, I'm not stupid. Because the lady was like, oh, if you didn't want to, because I asked her what the name was on the what was the name that was left with this phone number. She said, oh, there was no name left. And I was like, what medical facility would call a number for a potential client or patient without a name attached to it? That doesn't even make any sense. These people be thinking that you stupid. And I was very polite to her. And I was like, thank you so much. And got off the phone. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. Your enemies be trying to get so much information on you, trying to figure out what's going on with you. And when they can't, they just be putting themselves in a deeper holes because none of their plans are working. And that's why I'm saying you got to play dumb. You got to play dumb. Detach from it, become non-reactive, and play dumb. It will save you a lot of mental space. It also will help with your anxiety. You definitely won't feel nearly as anxious as you could if you stop letting these people get to you like that. It helps a lot. Trust me. But that was my message, y'all. Keep playing dumb. Keep your enemies guessing. Don't let them get to you. I love you. It's your girl, K Divine. I'll see you later. Bye.